In your last stoichiometry video, you saw how to do these mole to mole conversions. Basically, if you're asked if you have this many moles of a substance, how many moles of something else can you create, or vice versa. In this case, instead of talking about moles, we're talking about grams. So we have a question here: how many grams of CaOH2, that calcium hydroxide, are needed to react with 41.2 grams of that phosphoric acid? So they've given us our balanced equation right here. Notice again, it is balanced. You always need to make sure that that equation is balanced before you begin your work. So these are the two that we're looking for. We have phosphoric acid. We're trying to figure out how many grams we need of the calcium hydroxide. This is a little bit different from mole to mole. Instead of doing a direct conversion, we have to have an intermediate step. So we'll go through what that means. So we cannot just do grams to grams immediately. Instead, we have to go from grams of phosphoric acid to the moles, so we can do a mole to mole conversion. So our moles of phosphoric acid to the moles of calcium hydroxide, and then from there we can get the grams of calcium hydroxide. So the reason for that is those numbers in front of our balanced equation, those coefficients, these are for moles. It is not the same thing as grams. So we need to go from grams to moles, and then from moles back to grams. So let's go ahead and look at what that looks like. So we were told we have 41.2 grams of that phosphoric acid. We know based on molar mass, which we calculated over here on the left, that 1 mole of that phosphoric acid is equal to 97.994 grams. So notice the grams will cancel out right there. Now we go from the moles of phosphoric acid to the moles of calcium hydroxide. How do we do that? We look at our balanced equation. So 2 moles of phosphoric acid goes with 3 moles of calcium hydroxide. So notice I put the phosphoric acid on the bottom, on the denominator, so that these two would cancel out. So now we have moles of calcium hydroxide at the top. We need to get that into grams. So once again, calculate your molar mass for that compound right here. And 1 mole of that calcium hydroxide is equal to 74.092 grams. Again, those moles will cancel out, and we should be left with the grams. Put that all into your calculator, and you should get that we need 46.7 grams of calcium hydroxide to react with 41.2 grams of our phosphoric acid.